Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends. Welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shen Briscoe, coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Monday, December the 5th, 2022. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Robin Yankey, Costello, and Mark Clover. And so, without further ado, here's a birthday song for the two of you. Hey, Robin. Hey, Mark. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. I'm 1 year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, Mark. Hey, Robin. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wow, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Today. Your happy birthday day today. Happy birthday to the two of you and many, many more. All right, got them Poky pals, Julie Regot and Amanda S. A little I guess I didn't. I went through the whole list yesterday. I didn't find any Shin Show likers or lovers or folks that just enjoy the Shin Show, but I'm sure they're probably on there today. I just didn't have time to get to it. Went and done some running today. Well, that's why the show's running a little behind, and that's why I'm out here just doing my thing. All right, well, let's see. How about a weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area? Let's see. Today we had some weather. We did. Uh, 51 was the high today. It's 45 degrees out there right now, but that don't mean it's going to stay that way. It's going to get cold. Yep, a little bit. Bittersweet day for me today. There we go. Cloudy skies with go to sleep. Sorry. My voice activation came back on. So, anyway, for the remainder of the day, cloudy skies overnight with slight chances of rain showers. Low temperatures of 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, Tuesday, December the 6th, cloudy with occasional showers for afternoon with high temperatures of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable, chances of rain 60%. Showers in the evening, then cloudy overnight. Low temperatures of 41 degrees Fahrenheit with winds light and variable, chances of rain 40%. Then for Wednesday, December the 7th, cloudy skies with high temperatures of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable. And then cloudy skies overnight, early, and then showers later on at night. Low temperatures of, light and variable north at about 4 miles per hour. Then for Wednesday night, cloudy skies early and with showers later on at night. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds light variable northeast at about 5 miles per hour. Chances of rain 70%. And then for Thursday, December the 8th, a steady rain in the morning, showers continuing into the afternoon, high temperatures of 52 degrees Fahrenheit, winds will be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chances of rain 90%, rainfall near a quarter of an inch. Yay! I'm supposed to be going out to the VA that day for my annual eval, but yeah, it all depends on how my new caregivers do and whether they can get me up and out the door in time. So steady light rains in the evening, showers continuing later on at night. Low temperature of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. And then for Friday, December the 9th, cloudy skies with high temperatures of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds west to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies overnight, low temperatures around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, Saturday, December the 10th. Mostly cloudy skies over, during the day. High temperatures of 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds light and variable. North at about 5 miles per hour. Increasing clouds overnight with showers arriving sometime after midnight. Low temperatures of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be light and variable. Chances of rain 40%. And that, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Alrighty then. Hey. We're going to jump right on into the story time for the kids as well. We're just kind of in that sort of a mood. We're just kind of going to push the show a little bit tonight because, well, that's just the way I feel. I don't know. I don't know. A little Red Riding. All right. How's about Rapunzel? We're gonna do Rapunzel. I'm thinking it'll be an all right. That's all about some girl with long hair. Ready? Hey kids, jump up on the couch, jump up in the chair, jump on up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head. TV Grandpa's about to lull you off to sleep with another little story. Bedtime stories for my grandkids. All right, here we go. Hey Oliver. Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, and you too, Willow. Hello, Willow and Oliver. And oh, hey, Thomas, little Thomas Leroy. How you doing? Glad to see you. Time for me to tell you a story. You ready? There was once a man and a woman who had long in vain wished for a child. At length, well, the woman hoped that God was about to grant her desires. These people had a little window at the back of their house from which a splendid garden could be seen, which was full of the most beautiful flowers and herbs. It was, however, surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared to go into it because it belonged to an enchantress. Well, who had this enchantress had great powers and was dreaded by all the world. Well, one day the woman was standing by this window and looking down into the garden when she saw a bed which was planted with the most beautiful rapunion, and it looked so fresh and green that she longed for it and had a great desire to eat some. Well, being with child, it would cause her to want more and more. Then her husband, the desire increased every day, and as she knew that she could not get any of it, she quite pined away and looked pale and miserable. Then her husband was alarmed and asked her, "What, Ethel, dear wife, what aileth thee, dear wife? Why are you sick?" "Oh," she replied, "if I can't get some of that rapinion which is in the garden behind our house to eat, I shall die." Well, the man, who loved his wife very much, thought sooner than let his wife die, bring her some of the rapinion himself. So let it cost what it will. So in the twilight of the evening, he clambered down over the wall into the garden of the enchantress, hastily clutched a handful of rapinion, and took it to his wife. She at once made herself a salad of it and ate it with relish. She, however, liked it so much, so very much, that the next day she longed for it again, 3 times worse, as much as before. If he was to have any rest, her husband must once more descend into the garden in the gloom of the evening before he let himself down again. But when he had climbed down the wall, he was terribly afraid, for he saw the enchantress standing right there in front of him. How canst thou dare, she says, with an angry look, how do you descend in my garden and steal my repunion like that? Thou shalt stuff for it all. You shall suffer for it. And so, answered he, let mercy take the place of justice. I only made my mind to do it out of necessity. My wife saw your opinion from the window and felt such a longing for it that she would have died if she could not get some of it to eat. Then the enchantress allowed her anger to be softened, and she said to him, if the case be that you is what you say it is, I will allow you to take away with you as much repugnant as you will. Only I make one condition. You must give me the child which your wife will bring into the world, and it shall be well treated, and I will care for it like a mother. Well, then the man, in his terror, consented to everything. And when the woman was brought to bed, the enchantress appeared at once, gave the child the name of Rapunzel, and took it away with her. Rapunzel grew into a very most beautiful child beneath the sun. When she was 12 years old, the enchantress shut her up in a tower which lay in the forest, and had neither stairs nor doors, but quite at the top was a small window. When the enchantress wanted to go in, she placed herself beneath it, and she cried out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Well, Rapunzel had magnificent, long, beautiful hair, fine and spun as gold. And when she heard the voice of the enchantress, she unfastened her braided hair, and she threw them out the window with and hooked them, put hooks on them, and threw them out the window above. And the hair fell 20 feet down, and the enchantress tried to climb up them. After a year or two, it came to pass that rode the king's son rode through the forest and went by the tower. Then he heard a song, which was sung so charming that he stood and he listened. This was Rapunzel, who in her solitude passed her time by letting her sweet voice resound. Well, the king's son wanted to climb up to her and looked for the door of the tower, but none was to be found, and he rode home. But the singing had so deeply touched his heart that every day he went out and into the forest and listened to it once again. Well, once when he was in there standing behind a tree, he saw that the enchantress came there, and he heard how she cried, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Then Rapunzel let down the braids of her hair, and the enchantress climbed up to her. If that is the ladder by which one mounts, I will at once try my fortune, said he. And the next day, when it began to grow dark, He went to the tower and cried out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Immediately, the hair fell down, and the king's son climbed up. Well, hey, there's Diana Gray. She's liking the story. Hey, Diana, glad you liked it. At least we got one Shin Show fan out there. Anyway, then at first Rapunzel was terribly frightened when a man such as her eyes had never yet seen before came to her. But the king's son began to talk to her quite like a friend, and he told her that his heart had been so stirred at the hand, it had led him to have no rest, and so he'd been forced to see her. Then Rapunzel lost her fear, and when he asked her if she would take him for her husband, and she saw that he was young and handsome, she thought, he will love me more than the old lady Galeth does. And she said yes, and she laid her hand in his, laid her hand in his, and she said, I will willingly go away with you, but I do not know how to get down. Bring with you three, three, three a skin of silk every time that you come, and I will weave a ladder with it. And when that is ready, I will descend it, and you will take me on the horse. Well, they agreed that until that time he should come to her every day evening, for the old woman came by day. So the enchantress descended, remarked nothing of this until once Rapunzel said to her, Tell me, Galeth, Dame Galeth, how it happens that you are so much heavier for me to draw up than the young king's son. He is with me in a moment. Ah, thou wicked child, cried the enchantress, what do I hear thee say? I thought I had separated you from all the world, and yet you have deceived me. In her anger, she clutched Rapunzel's beautiful tresses of hair, wrapped them twice around her left hand, seized a pair of scissors with her right hand, and snip, snip, they were cut off, and the lovely braids lay on the ground. Well, as she was so pitiless that she took poor Rapunzel into a desert where she had no life to give to great grief and misery. Now, on the same day, however, that she had cast out Rapunzel, the enchantress in the evening fastened the braids of hair which she cut off to the hook of the window, and when the king's son climbed and cried out, Rapunzel came and cried out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. She let down the hair. The king's son ascended, but he did not find Rapunzel. He found the enchantress, and who gazed at him with wicked and venomous looks. Ah, she cried mockingly, you would try to fetch my dearest, but the beauty bird sits no longer and sings in its nest. So the cat has got it, and will scratch out the eyes as well. Rapunzel is lost to you, Prince. Uh, is lost to you. Thou will never see her any more. The king's son was beside himself with pain, and in his despair he leaped down from the tower. He escaped with his life, but the thorns into which he fell pierced his eyes, Then he was wounded, and he wandered quite blindly about the forest, ate nothing but roots and berries, and did nothing but lament his weep over the loss of his dearest Rapunzel. Thus he roamed about in misery for some years, and at length he came to the desert where Rapunzel, with the twins to which she had given birth, a boy and a girl, lived in wretchedness. He heard a voice, and it seemed so familiar to him that he went towards it. And when he approached, Rapunzel knew him and fell on his neck and wept. Two of her tears welted his eyes, and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before. He led her to his kingdom, where he was joyfully received, and they lived for a long time afterwards, happy and content. And there you have it. That was Rapunzel. Alrighty, there you go. Hey, it looks like a daily bread portion of the program coming up for you. Daily bread portion of the program is brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2022. The Bible with Briscoe 2022 is the daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2022 will be Daniel 1 through 2 and 1 John 4. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2022 for your daily reading of the Bible. Daily Dependence is going to be the devotion today in the daily bread portion of the program, and the scriptures and insights for daily dependence will be Matthew 6 through 13. And so, without further ado, Matthew 6 through 13. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask. This, then, is how you should pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all the evil. And there you have it. That was Matthew 6 through 13, which concludes the daily bread portion of the program, which was brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2022. Which the Bible with Briscoe 2022 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Alrighty then. Hey friends, hey, that looks like it. Got a song for you, and it goes like this. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's a time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shen Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show today. And as always, you know, God loves you. So do I. So come back and see us tomorrow because, well, hey, we'll be here and we hope that you are too.